Hi everyone, I'm Marc Lobliner, along with IFPA Pro Chadwick Austin, president of the OCB.
How you doing?
Lends a whole new breadth of experience to this channel. I just wanted to, see, I got this email tonight and I'm like, it's like it was sent down from the heavens above. Because this is something that we get a lot, and I'm old school. Chad's old school.
Yeah.
And so the title of the email is PopTarts. So our man Mike Astasia. Hi Mark, this might be a type of question you never really get. No, I get it all the damn time.
You do.
That's why I'm answering it. But I have to ask because I'm still a beginner and I'm trying to get as much info as possible to help me. So anyway, I've been watching many videos where people are using PopTarts for their post-workout recovery. And I'm just wondering, does it really matter what type of fast-acting carb you eat after a workout, as long as it's after your workout for recovery? I've read that when eating fast-acting carbs after a workout, that it goes right to restoring glycogen levels first and not storing fat. Is that true? And your opinion on PopTarts? You want to start?
You know, I'll just play the Robin in this one. I'll let Batman take the lead.
If you overeat calories, whether it's post-workout or post-ejaculation or post-waking up or post-traumatic stress or whatever, if you overeat at the end of the day, it's going to be stored as fat. Just because it's eaten in the post-workout window doesn't mean it's not going to be stored as fat. Your muscles are more likely to absorb carbohydrate post-workout because, well, you just burn some stuff. However, it's not that great where it's not like you can eat whatever you want and it doesn't turn to fat if you overeat.
Well, if you're going to ask a question to a person who doesn't have a PhD.
Yeah, I was going for step one. I'm not PopTarts.
Not a scientist, doesn't really get that deep involved into it. My question would be, how much of an advantage would it be to consume these ingredients right after your workout, as opposed to what? It's the best time to eat it. Is right after your workout.
Yeah.
How much better is it going to be to have PopTarts? And why is even PopTarts, what is it about a PopTart that makes people gravitate toward that?
I think there were a couple popular online trainers who, for some reason, really thought PopTarts were cool because they're convenient and they're in foil wrappers or whatever, and they were looked upon by guys like us as processed junk. And I still will stand by the fact that they are processed junk. Whether they're going to send you to the hospital with a heart arrhythmia or whatever it's called, that's not what I'm saying. What my theory is on PopTarts, I'm fine with you eating stuff here and there. And we eat stuff here and there.
Right.
But I wouldn't purposely go out of my way to eat a PopTart because some online guru says that it's good. At the end of the day, if I have a choice, if I'm looking for the better, not saying best, better option between two sources, and I have a banana or a PopTart, I'm going to go for the banana because of the micronutrient content. That's just me. I want micronutrients in my diet. I want healthy foods. I don't want processed foods. PopTarts just became the cool thing because a couple guys were like putting peanut butter on them and making sandwiches and filling their macros with these PopTarts. What they didn't show is that the other 90% of their macros were chicken breast and sweet potato.
Well, even then, all right, if I have a PopTart just like you, if I have a PopTart or a choice of a banana and a shake, I'm going to go with the banana and the shake any time of the day. That's me. If you want to have a PopTart, if you want to eat a Snickers bar, if you want to eat dog poo, it's on you.
Basically, we don't care what you eat. We just recommend what we've seen works. Now, I think a big person that who started as the king of Hot Pockets was Tommy Jeffers.
Yeah.
We just spent the whole weekend with. Everybody's like, I remember when he was competing in his first show. It's like, oh man, well, Tommy Jeffers eats Hot Pockets. I'm like, you're not Tommy Jeffers. The guy's a freak.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's a genetic elite. Whereas you look at now, his condition in his second show versus first show, yeah, he was more experienced. Dude, when he trained under Doug Miller, and Doug catches you eating a PopTart and you're his client, you better either run fast or have a firearm. I mean, because he's going to get you. Yeah. He looked better. And if you look at the guys who really bring it in the pro ranks, whether it's an NPC and NABA and, IFPA, You look at the old school guys who eat old school. You look at the conditioning Kurt Widener brings to the stage. Look at the conditioning Brian Whitaker brings to the stage.
Right.
Those guys would not touch a Pop-Tart if you held a gun to their head.
Right.
You look at Doug Miller, who I think's probably the best. He's the best I've ever seen on a natural stage.
So there's the answer to your question. Observe the people you're trying to attain, the level that you're trying to attain. Those who have got there, they don't have Pop-Tarts. They don't. That's not in their.
But we're not against Pop-Tarts. We're not racist against Pop-Tarts.
Again, if you want to eat Pop-Tarts,
Eat Pop-Tarts.
that's fine. But
We don't.
Actually, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get an okay from someone. Is it okay to eat a Pop-Tart? Do what you want to do.
Yeah, and if it were, here's the thing. I think Joe Daniels from Swing This Kettlebell in Northern Kentucky put it best. And he wrote this on my Facebook page. You know, at the end of the day, if your macros match up, you're going to lose weight. It's a numbers game. It's math. And Tom even said this, and he's a CPA, so he knows math. But what Joe said is, what are your goals? Is it overall health? Is it how you look? Is it all of the above? And if you're looking at overall health, your goal would be to get as much micronutrients and whole natural foods as possible versus, I'm going to call it this, processed crap. Although it's not all bad, it provides macronutrients, and if you really crave it, that's great. Another thing about eating these foods is that there are things called trigger foods, and I've seen people with eating disorders, they can't just eat one.
Right.
And, you know, some people, if you're an alcoholic and you've been sober for 6 months, do you celebrate it with a drink? That's my question. And you know, my whole thing is the post-workout window. I pretty much told you, you know, I like, you know, personally, if you're a really hard gainer, I would want that liquid carb in there because it's not going to fill you up. You can eat more. I'd want to see you taking dextrose or carbolic or something like that with a whey protein. I mean, that's what I'd like to see. But if you're going for whole foods, something you chew, eat whole foods. I mean,
yeah,
I think that pretty much explains my point of view. Are you good?
I'm good. If you want the Pop-Tart, eat the Pop-Tart.
Yep. and of course, eating Pop-Tarts is not a game.
Boom.